Hi, this is Joe again with another review. I'm doing three reviews in one day today. For the sake of this review, or video I should say, I'm going to be discussing the 1941 horror movie Man-Made Monster, starring Lionel Atwill and Lon Chaney Jr. in his horror movie debut, before he did his most famous role, which was The Wolfman. This came out ironically the same year as this film did, but this one of course came out first, so this was the first horror role. Of course, the film is very, very short. It's only about an hour long, so it's not extremely long. And a lot of horror movies in this era were extremely short in terms of length of the film. And this one, you can't get any shorter than an hour for a movie. And then later on, when the movie was re-released, they won in the 40s and the 50s with like a double bill, because it was, like I said, it was a short movie, just an hour long. The stars Lon Chaney Jr. as a guy who played Dynamo Dan, the Electric Man, and he was in a bus. They got into an accident, and he's the only one who survived, because everybody else got electrocuted because the bus had like a power a pole that is hooked up to electricity, and everyone else on the bus got electrocuted except for him, because the doctors found out he became immune to high doses of electricity, or short high doses of electricity, because there was this quantum act. He had a quantum act which he plays around electricity to freak out, people who don't have that much intelligence, or peasants, as he calls them in the film. So the doctor was curious about how he could become immune and do experiments on him, see how much of immunity he has. Well, the main doctor goes on vacation to other medical conventions. His assistant was played by Lionel Atwill, who was in a bunch of the Frankenstein movies by Universal. And he decides to go overdo it to see give him everything he experiment on will give him a higher and higher dose of electricity, until of course until the point where his brain is gone, until Lon Chaney's brain is pretty much gone, and now he becomes like an electricity zombie, or a zombie. I should say a zombie addicted to electricity, and he goes around killing other people by electrocuting them. He has to wear electricity suit. And you see somebody in with a local power company wears, and he becomes addicted to electricity. So he gets more and more power, and of course comes a point in the film where Lionel Atwill has him kill somebody, and it kills a guy by accident. And he says, "Oh, I want you to admit that you killed the guy." So the mad scientist convinces Lon Chaney to say that he committed the murder. So which he did. He admitted that he did it, and so he goes to jail, and he gets, of course, the judge sentences him to ironically the electric chair, because the doctor was the mad scientist was curious if he is going to, how much can he take with electricity? And they shot him up like 3 or 4 times, and he wouldn't do it because he kept absorbing the electricity in his body to the point that now he is this, this monster. And now he's running around killing as many people as he can. First, he actually kills the warden. He kills he eventually kills the mad scientist. Lon Chaney Jr. does. He kills the mad scientist. He kills the warden in the prison. He escapes. He kills a couple other people, and then he puts the suit, the electricity suit on, and he goes running around, like a zombie, almost kind of like Frankenstein monster, which ironically he would do later in his career, playing the Frankenstein monster in the film. And he's walking like this, and he ends up hitting into a fence with barbed wire, and the barbed wire ripped his suit, and of course now the electricity that's built up in his body is released, and he gets drained, and he dies in the end of the film. Like I said, this is not exactly what you call a great movie, but it was entertaining enough. I mean, if it was a tad longer, to really, because like I said, because the movie is so short, they really moved up, the progression of how Lon Chaney progresses, and how he was really affected before he becomes the man-made monster. His actual life force gets drained by more and more electricity that he absorbs. The more he loses his humanity. He wasn't sure exactly what was happening to him. He just know that he was getting drained. His life was getting drained more and more and more as the movie goes on, and that's pretty much what happens in this film. And like I said, it's the first horror movie that Lon Chaney Jr. was in, and I thought he gives a pretty sympathetic performance in this film. Everybody pretty much gets manipulated by this mad doctor, and everybody's trying to figure out what happened, and that it was like too little, too late, as it usually is the case in these horror movies. What actually happens, but it's for some reason Lon Chaney Jr. when he plays in a horror film, in this one on the Wolfman movies, he always plays a sympathetic figure, which is rare in a horror film. So that's my review of the movie Man-Made Monster. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video to your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews on my YouTube channel at rallyc.com, that's all WDY, and C.com, that's the whole page of Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos on this website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.